this match tonight. John Peretti Jr., a four-time international kickboxing world champion. And John, do you agree that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the most revered form here?
Absolutely. These guys know it all. They're the toughest to compete against. They know ground fighting. They'll take you down there to prove it.
So we've got that coming in. Now the legendary Gracie family, they come in here. They bring so much to the table. What is that mystique?
80 years of tried and true, working to get ahead and learn little techniques that no one else knows. Go beyond judo, go beyond Greco-Roman wrestling, and get to the real grappling of this world.
Well, naturally, we have a Gracie to start off the program tonight. John, set us up with that.
El Gracie, one of the toughest little 159-pounders you ever see. He can punch, and he can grapple, and he can sit on you as long as he wants to.
Is that okay? All Gracies and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters want to prove more for the world. So my martial arts is better than your martial arts. That's why we're here. But just prove it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in the legendary Gracie family, Ralph Gracie.
Gracie coming in here, and John, definitely the look of a winner.
You have no idea what you're going to see here. This is the most dominating influence at 159 pounds you have ever witnessed. This boy is a spectacle. Now, he might look like not the most conditioned bodybuilder in the world, but this is an aerobic machine. This boy goes and goes and goes.
Well, sometimes bodybuilding may not be the answer anyway because it will affect your flexibility. He looks like he's perfectly honed that way.
This is the most interesting fighter you're going to see in a long, long time. He upholds the heritage in a way that you wouldn't believe.
As you get a good look at him. And his opponent tonight, Muroko, comes in here knowing that he has to defeat a member of the legendary Gracie family. He's a kicking specialist, a totally different style. Take a look at
him. This is something nobody can do like us. We have a special technique, skill. This is, some people say this is same as street fight, but I don't think so. This is total martial arts.
His entrance, the other side, but he's more stocky built here. You got a contrast.
He's a kicker, so he's going to have a thicker waist from lifting his legs than the Brazilians do.
Ralph Gracie, 12-0. Health going against Muroko, 8-0. One of the O's must go in this lightweight division, 159 and under.
On my way from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, grandson of Jiu-Jitsu creator Carlos Gracie. Brother of Enzo, with a record of 12 wins, 0 losses, the 1993 Ballet Judo champion. He is 24 years old, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in tonight at 159 pounds. Introducing the infamous Ralph Gracie. Sapporo, Japan, under the watchful eye of Benny the Jet Urquidez, with a record of 8-0, he is the grand champion of game shoot wrestling in Japan, with a black belt in Shirokai-shin Karate and Judo. He is 27 years old, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in tonight at 159 pounds, Makota Muroko. And introducing your referee for this evening, ex-world champion in Russian Sambo and Judo, an undefeated 5-time world bare-knuckle no-rules champion from Armenia, Gokar Shvichien.
Well, the stage is set. We're ready to go here. John, and what does Muroko have to take away from Gracie here?
Well, he's got to be more aggressive, and he's got to try to stop the onslaught. But when you see this whirlwind start, you know, just be ready. Hold on to your seats, because this guy can rock. That's what I said.
You really have to worry about the early going when you face him, trying to get out of the early stages.
Here he comes. See the style difference right away. Heavy right front foot, heavy left front foot. And look, he punches.
And Gracie just showing something here. Right to the head. You see the kicks attempted there by Muroko right in front of us here. Now he tries to spin.
Right, see the space, big right hand and a counter. And there's the beginning of the fight, right there. That's the position he wants to be in. He's been there a million times. He turned his back. The worst thing he can do with Gracie, he turned his back, made it so easy. He's got his neck. This fight is over.
Wow, this fight is over.
He'll tap out.
Punches to the neck.
Oh, no.
Out. Submission is what you want. He tries to come
He
back.
has no idea how to escape from this position.
And it's over the fight. John, very well described by you.
He's unconscious. This happens in judo all the time. Okay, guys get choked out. They're not losing their air. It's just blood to the head.
And the quick strangulation, you saw the referee right on top of that, too. Immediately looking for that.
Oh, he's a great referee. He really knows what he's doing.
You faced a Gracie, legendary performer like that, and now they're talking to Muroko. Gokar did a nice job staying right on top of it. He had good position there to observe the hold. I guess the referee has to make sure he's not blocked out by any particular angle.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Well, this is the nightmare that Muroko faced right away. Gracie gets on top here, and he starts to pound the neck, John.
Well, he put the hooks in. You see the legs, those are the hooks. That's the control factor. If you don't remove the hooks, then the choke comes. As soon as the hooks are in, you have to remove them. If you get in a position like that, he's already going unconscious. He tries in futility to punch to the face. He has just not practiced escaping from a hold like this from such an anaconda like this boy.
I think people watching for the first time would be amazed that you can put a person unconscious that fast with one hold.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's closing off the blood to each side of his head. Here we go again.
Well, this is your second look at it. Gracie
Watch the big right hand. Big.
watches as his opponent tries to cook the kicks, everything like that. He cannot get Gracie off balance. And Muroko looking for space. Right hand by Gracie, the first takedown right there. And actually, at this point, you're sensing the fight might be over here.
I said it immediately. I mean, he goes to his back. He's just playing around by punching him. The punching is a distraction to get inside and to get that beautiful rear naked on his neck.
Once Muroko had been taken down, what was his move to try? You can't let the legs get planted there. I guess that was key.
As soon as he gets the hooks in, your game is over. You know, that Jean LaBelle type finishing hold, boy, you know, the rear naked is a killer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Penthouse Pet of the Year 1995, Sheena Lamarca.
Well, next one coming up. We'll get the introduction shortly. We've got Igor Zinoviev and Harold German. German 17-0, Zinoviev 15-0. Now, German was an alternate who came in here and a boxer. The only one in the competition, and he might be in for a rude awakening.
You know, in my opinion, boxers can't defend themselves below their waist. What do you have to say about it?
Well, it's something they haven't seen before, and boxers will come back and say people in martial arts cannot take a punch because they're not practiced in taking it. They're practiced in blocking it, which is the whole discipline. But in boxing, of course, you spar, so you take shots. So boxers may have the chin, but this is about more than the chin. It's about all the moves combined. But that's what makes this mix of disciplines fun, I think.
Absolutely. Igor Zinoviev is truly a great fighter. I mean, this guy has the best leg sweeps I have ever seen in the history of karate or judo.
I like fight. I like some decision, you know. And it's a win.
From St. Petersburg, Russia, please welcome Igor Zinoviev.
Zinoviev going through the final preparations here, John, as he 187 pounds.
I want you to look at this guy and look at him hard. This boy is amazing. He is a physical specimen, and he doesn't lift weights.
Is there a calorie of fat on this guy?
I'd say he's about at 7% body fat. And the referee checks him for a cup, checks him for a mouthpiece.
He looks sculpted. Well, Harold German comes in here, a very extroverted guy, very pleasant to talk to, believes that his boxing skills will make a big impact on this fight. This is his opportunity to find out. There's Harold German coming in. Of course, he is the one fighting Igor Zinoviev, not John Lewis, who was in this competition originally. Now, Harold German is giving away a lot of weight, John, as well. He's 168. In fact, initially slated to fight in the lightweight competition, bulked up a little bit. Now he's in here, and I'll tell you what,
Well, he never
definitely
made...
different as far as his outlook is concerned, too. More verbose in the martial arts.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, he never made 158. He was slated to fight 6 months ago at that time. He came in at 168. He looks like he's about at 175 by now.
He's ready. We're all ready. Let's go to ring announcer Scott Berlinger.
On my right, from St. Petersburg, Russia, the 1995 Empire State Games Judo Absolute Division champion. He was the captain of the Russian judo team with a kickboxing record of 15-0. He is 28 years old, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall. Weighing in tonight at 187 pounds, Igor Zinoviev. And on my left, from the Bronx, New York, fighting in the styles of American Muay Thai boxing, the Puerto Rican light heavyweight Golden Gloves champion with a record of 17-0. He is 21 years old, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in tonight at 168 pounds, Harold German.
Igor Zinoviev and Harold German set to go. If I was...
Oh, my God!
The handshake right now.
Oh, my God! Look at this.
This is not what he is used to, and Harold German is in deep trouble.
He's gonna break his leg.
He needs to turn around and try to make this a
He's
fight.
breaking his leg. This fight is over. He's breaking his ankle. He's on his knee now. He's got a knee lock. Harold just doesn't know what to do.
Well, he hasn't been in this situation before. He's trying to turn it around. He's struggling to survive.
See that Sambo guy? He lived through that. That was pretty amazing.
That was a pretty nice move there. Harold German is still here, but he is taking a penalty. This is like on the street. This is not a fight now. He can't put his gloves up, and he has a long way to go. It could be stopped out.
He's tapping out. He quit.
And appropriately so. You know, it's a blitzkrieg type of an attack, John. Harold German, the first kick really got to him. He needed to establish this as a fight right away, and he could not.
Igor Zinoviev with a hopping side kick and most, like, just completely freaked me out.
Well, he knew he was coming in against a boxer, too, so I think he changed some of his usual strategy. He told me this week, adjust to the situation. He adjusted to the reputation of Harold German. Hey, I've seen Trevor Corbin in this competition get blasted. Harold German here, going through paces, and they're asking him where he is, and go up and down and through that. Now, Harold German has sparred with Aaron Davis. He's done well from a boxing standpoint. The key is that the boxer has to impose that style in this fight, and it must be done quickly. He was unable to do that, and so Harold German becomes, in this sense, a casualty of this style. Well, the next one up is going to be Tom Glennville, a heavyweight, 6-0, and Gary Myers, 150-1. But don't let the records deceive you as far as that stuff goes. 245 pounds coming in for Glennville, 220 for Myers. They will come in there, the 200 and over category, just like boxing heavyweights coming in here. And Tom Glennville, very interesting in the sense that he says you cannot panic and not overextend yourself, realizing, John, that there's a possibility that you can come in here and be a victim of nerves.
You have to really, really struggle to steep against that.
Well, that's what he will try to maintain in here. The 30-year-old, as we said, 6-0, 245 pounds, 1992 World Kickboxing Association champion. He talks with us.
I've just started doing ground fighting with JSEC Jiu-Jitsu, and I've seen that's more effective. I've seen the kickboxing is, you know, there's very seldom you get to land any shots. It's been proven in all these type fights. So now I want to see how what I've learned in everything will do. And so,
Ladies and gentlemen, in the heavyweight division, please welcome from Las Vegas, Nevada, Tom Glennville.
Well, Tom Glennville makes the appearance in him, and obviously somebody who has done his homework, John, knowing that you have to switch to the ground fighting to be successful here.
This boy's a specimen, too. He's known to be a great, great leg kicker. I've wrestled with him. We went 20 minutes. He is tough as nails. But Gary Myers, that's another story.
Now we'll see what Gary Myers will bring in here. Six-time gold medalist in Greco-Roman World Championships. So wrestling is his forte, and he will probably be very happy to see this become a ground fighting exhibition. Let's take a look at him.
And his opponent entering now from Muncie, Indiana, Gary Myers.
He looks mean enough. He's coming in here.
Watch Glennville staring at him already. Gary Myers at 150-1 is awesome. He's a juggernaut.
A little psych-out job as he tries to win it right there with the stare. Well, you know, it's all about sometimes playing with your opponent's head because you want to get that first move in.
Gary Myers is getting that first move in. He's coming.
This shapes up to be a good one. Let's hear from Scott Bollinger.
On my right, from Las Vegas, Nevada, 1992 World Kickboxing Association Super Heavyweight Champion of the World with a no-rules fight record 6-0. He is 30 years old, standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, and weighing in tonight at 245 pounds, Tom Glennville. And on my left, from Muncie, Indiana, 6-time gold medalist in Greco-Roman World Competition, with a record of 150-1. He is 30 years old, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in tonight at 220 pounds, Gary, the Iron Bear, Myers.
Well, we're set to go now. You wonder if Glennville might try some kicking here and try to make it as least wrestling as possible, because he knows that will be forced on him.
He's noted for the big right leg, and there it is.
I think he heard you on cue.
And he's going to do it again.
This is what he should do, John. He's got
The big tackle, the Greco-Roman tackle. And Glennville gets guard on his opponent. Glennville trying for an armbar.
Now, when he's on the bottom, this is guard. Guard is a good thing from the bottom, John.
Absolutely, he's winning from the bottom right now.
It's very, that's very rare to see, but he's doing it.
He's trying to get a triangle on his opponent.
Well, this is one of the most interesting aspects of the competition. When you're on the bottom, looking at the guard position like that with your legs wrapped around your opponent, you're in control, though you're on the bottom. It's not the conventional way to go.
He doesn't quite have the triangle tight enough, but he is definitely in a dominant position.
How much time do you let this experiment go on, John, before you change if you're on the bottom?
I think oh, you keep it until you get it, but Gary's going to go around him. I see the legs opening a little bit. This is Gary's game right here.
Now he's starting to pound.
Gary's out.
Nice escape.
Now this is Gary's game right here.
He has made the change because Glennville could not convert from the guard position.
Yeah, this is Gary's territory, all from here. This is not Tom's territory.
Well, for the first time tonight, we've seen a reversal in position, and now Glennville is in deep trouble.
He's choking with his elbow.
He might be close to ending this, John.
No, not yet, but because he's got the whole other side of his neck to breathe blood through. But he is choking with his elbow. He's trying to get guard on him. You see his leg coming around? Glennville trying to get guard on him. He can push him away and get him off his neck.
A good look at a very gutsy Tom Glennville.
Yeah, he's starting to lose consciousness, and he's out as soon as that other end gets cut off. You can see he's just suffering here. Gokar's going to stop it in a second. Oh, he's got a little break.
He was able to turn there.
Yeah, he's got a little break.
He was close to being all over, but he needs to change and turn it around, or he's just going to take a pounding here. Takes a shot in the head. John, do you think Glennville can even hear his corner here?
Absolutely not. Glennville's in his own private Idaho right now. He's tapping.
That's it.
He's tapping.
And Myers almost did more damage to himself rolling across the ring.
And our doctors are in the ring. And Tom is fine.
Well, he made a valiant effort. Valiant effort. He just could not make the turnaround as the elbow to the neck. Immediately establishing the fight after Glennville had the ability in the beginning
Tom's
to
going to
take
be
control
fine.
of this fight.
Tom's going to be fine.
Now, what is happening here, John? What are they doing?
Just bringing oxygen in. I don't think there's any need for it. But, you know, our medical people are the best.
You have to be right on top of the situation, too.
But they're just testing him right now.
And he does move the legs, all these very positive signs, and you notice that within seconds of the fight being over, medical attention on hand and swarms of it.
A little ding on the above his left eye, if you notice, probably from the headbutt.
The headbutt was the finale issued there by Myers, and this is certainly not a sport for the faint of heart. Now he's sitting there talking. This is a situation where you get chances to finish the fight and you have to take them.
Yeah, Tommy's fine. You know, I mean, you can see here that, you know, he's talking, he's fine.
But what was interesting, John, from the guard position, which can be an offensive position from the bottom, Glennville was doing fine for a while and was unable to make it entirely his advantage that way. And Gary Myers able to punch and get away. He punched the leg and moved that, then got on top. And I guess that's the one disadvantage from the guard position, that if you don't convert it right away, the other guy's immediately on top of you. That's how it goes there as Tom Glennville's been escorted out, and Gary the Iron Bear Myers will advance to future competition. And there you see the mark of a warrior.
He's a tough, tough kickboxer. He's been through this kind of thing before. He just got tired down there. He couldn't reclaim the guard, and he just got tired.
A couple of minutes was all it took, and you made a good point. You cannot reclaim the guard position. It's a risky offensive maneuver from the bottom. And if it doesn't quite succeed, you instantly become vulnerable, especially to Gary the Iron Bear Myers, who was merciless in there tonight. Well, the exclamation point was the headbutt. Now, everything else has been tried by Gary the Iron Bear. He knows that Glennville is fading here, and that's what he does here.
You can see his right hand tapping, and Gokar saw it immediately.
And that is what finally did it, was the headbutting from that position. And he had the leverage, he had the position. You talked in the beginning of the show about position, and Gary Myers, of everybody, maybe displayed it the best.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gary Myers had that little half mount, and he was quite content not to mount fully because he just knew that he couldn't reclaim the guard on him. Once that left leg cannot get through that crotch area to get between you, then the choke cannot be pushed away.
All right, then it's a matter of time, and for survival, fighter has to tap out, and Myers is waiting for it. Hasn't happened yet. Takes matters into his own hands, and then he takes matters into his own head.
Dominating position. And that's what we're going to see in our next fight, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Penthouse Centerfold, June 1995, Elizabeth Hilton.
Here, and you see some of the pageantry that lends to the competition, a realm all their own, the Battle-Cage girls,
so to speak.
And this is part of the competition here.
Even got the referee a little distracted just then.
And he wasn't in any mood to call any fights off at that moment. And now the guru of this competition, Mario Sperry, 272-0, and Rudyard Moncayo, only 7-0, but of course in different competitions. The middleweight 160 to 199. That will be the fourth fight of the evening. Well, Mario Sperry has been compared by John Peretti to the Mike Tyson of this competition. Let's take a look.
I came to Battle Cage to defend my honor, the name of my country, and the name of Jiu-Jitsu family.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Mario Sperry.
And there is Mario Sperry.
I can't say enough about this boy. I'm telling you, this boy has the hottest record in jiu-jitsu history. He's called the Zen Machine.
Well, if other people here come up with knockouts and submissions in 2 minutes, maybe he's got something to shoot for here. And you know, years go by, people like him don't lose. That just builds upon itself. And if you're fighting him, what do you have to think?
And Papa giving him a little pat on the back. That's Carlson Gracie Sr. And he was the greatest fighter in Gracie history.
Which is its own version of history in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And martial arts. So, he's 6'2", 199 pounds, and he'll be fighting Rudyard Moncayo. Moncayo from Ecuador, South America. Says it's all up here, meaning the mind. You have to stay focused and don't let the nerves get to you. He enjoys the one-on-one competition. So, let's take a look at Rudyard Moncayo, who has told us you cannot let the extraneous factors get to you. A look at Rudyard Moncayo.